So first of all, I would like to welcome you all to our Clubs Day event. Woohoo! We're sadly online this year because of COVID-19 protocols. If it wouldn't have been for COVID, we would have probably had all the clubs in their separate booths over here, and you could actually go and talk to everyone in person. But luckily, we've had a chance to have some of our club presidents and VPs over here. So you will still sort of get the same experience just in a virtual environment. But we're so glad that you are able to come here and you were able to join us today in the afternoon. Just a quick reminder that the meeting is being recorded. In case you are not comfortable in uh, keeping your cameras on, that's completely okay. You can switch it off, we understand. We just wanted to let you know that the meeting is being recorded so that it doesn't come as a surprise to you all. So before we get on to talking a little bit more about the clubs that we have at FSU, we just wanted to tell you a little bit more about what FSU as an organization does. So we are a student serving student body, and we are an organization that's committed to excellence in service and student support within the diverse student community at Fanshawe. We have tons of students, be it they belong to different parts of the globe. And our job over here is just to make that experience memorable one and the one that you really enjoy over here at Fanshawe while you're pursuing your studies. And we have an executive team for this year, that's 2021 2022. So we have Ricardo with us today. He's the president of FSU. Ricardo, do you want to take a moment to introduce yourself? Oh, he's not joined yet? Oh, I'm so sorry. I think he was in the meeting, but then he sort of dropped off. Really sorry about that. So I would just instead give a quick introduction about Ricardo. So Ricardo is the FSU president. He is the one who manages the executive team and also advocates a lot on behalf of all the students out there so that you all have an amazing, wonderful experience at Fanshawe. We have Karen Martinez, who is the finance coordinator, and she's here with us in the meeting. So Karen, would you like to take a moment to introduce yourself?
Thank you. Yes, I'm Karen. I am the finance coordinator for this 2021-2022 school year, and I am here to support all the students who might think or they're feeling that they're struggling with the finances. My job is to help them with budget examples, to help them to solve their questions and to find assistance through the different departments that we have here at Fanshawe in regards to financial aid. So if you happen to have any question regarding, how to create a budget, how to, where to find scholarships or something related to bursaries, I'm here to help. And I'm also part of this amazing team and I help them to create these amazing events for everyone. So I want to welcome everyone to Fanshawe, and I hope everyone enjoys today's presentation.
Thank you so much, Karen, for that lovely introduction. Guys, Karen is my go-to person when it comes to finances. I'm really bad at saving money. So I always pester her here and there to give me tips, financial tips. She comes with an extensive experience in finance. So she is your go-to person in case you have if you need any financial aid or support. Next, we have Ismail Arawai. He's a student life coordinator, and he's the one who's the brains behind all things fun over here at Fanshawe. So all the events that you see happening, all the awareness weeks that we do, it's mostly Ismail who is responsible for the same. So he's basically the fun guy at Fanshawe. And lastly, it's me. That's Tanushree. I'm the advocacy and communications coordinator for this academic term. I like to describe my role as having two parts to it. So there's the fun part and there's the rather serious part to my job. The fun part is to get to meet you all through the class rep program or through the clubs day and simultaneously working with the clubs. But at the same time, I also have a rather serious part to my job that's promoting academic integrity and also helping students out in case of any academic appeal cases that they might have. Students at Fanshawe, they usually have a resort that in case they feel that they've been treated unfairly in terms of their grades or in terms of any kind of experiences that they might have, they have the resort of appealing their grades accordingly, and we usually help in that process. Also, we wanted to bring this to your attention. This is something that we just started on Monday. We are currently looking for 4 directors. Being a director is an amazing position for you to start at the Fanshawe Student Union, and it's just another way to get involved over here. As a director, you get a chance to make a difference and to create an impact in the long term at Fanshawe and at the FSU in general too. So, uh, if you want, you could just look for more information on our website. That's fsu.ca/elections. Or you could reach out to either Karen or myself to um, to ask any queries or any questions that you might have regarding this and how the whole process works out. Karen, do you feel like you want to add something to this?
Yes, of course. As FSU, we know that we're students, that we are busy, but also we know that we need someone who help us to lead changes within school. So we invite everyone who would like to participate in these elections and become part of this amazing family that is the FSU, and being able to help other students, because we are here to, as Tanushree says, students serving students, and that involves many different areas that we have here. um, we can collect all these questions and uncertainties that students have, and we can apply to make a change to the school. So that's what the directors and the FSU do for everyone. So we invite whoever wants to join us in this amazing opportunity to change lives and create amazing opportunities for not only the current students, but those ones that will come in the future.
Thank you so much, Karen. That's really well put. I think there's a lot of benefits for you to run as a director. So you can just visit our website. The nominations are open, so you can still participate in it. You still have some time. And we have a quick video to show you exactly what the director position entails and how do we go about it. So there's just a quick video regarding it, right? I'll just share my sound one so that everyone can hear it. Okay. So that is okay. I'm really sorry about that. Yeah. Anyways, so now that we've talked quite a lot and we'll be probably talking here and there in the coming presentation, we just wanted to take a moment to see how did you come to know about Clubs Day and how did you register for it? Just wanted to know so that we could accordingly look at which of these communication strategies work best for us and what is your preferred style of us communicating with you all. So if you want, you can just put in your replies in the chat section. Just put in the number of the option, and that way we could figure out how did you get to know about the Clubs Day. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh wow, I see lots of one and threes. I'm an avid social media user too, so totally understand that.
Well, it's amazing to see that everyone is checking our website and follow us in our social medias. Thank you for that, because all the information that we have, we posted in both ways, or website, and in a fun way or an easier way on our social media. So thank you everyone for following us.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much for following. That's the easiest way to stay updated with everything that's been happening at FSU. We are very active on our social media platforms and we also update everything on our website. So you're all on the good track. And thank you so much for sharing that information. That does help us out a little bit. And now we come to the final agenda of this meeting, that's FSU Clubs. So for this term, we are lucky to have 6 clubs on board. We have the Fanshawe Game Development Club, the Spectrum Club, Fanshawe Parks Club, There's Enviro Fanshawe, Power to Change, and Atmiya London Group. All of these clubs are here to get more students involved with them and for them to just engage you all and have fun, basically, in the easiest terms of it. So, firstly, I would like to talk a little bit about the Fanshawe Game Development Club. The Fanshawe Game Development Club is just a place for all the people of any kind of skill level to come together, learn how to make video games. So, the best part about this club is that in case this is something that you're interested in, regardless of the kind of skills that you have or the program that you're enrolled in, you are totally eligible to register for the club. If making video games is something that interests you and it is something that you are eagerly excited to learn about. So, Fanshawe Game Development Club is your go-to club in that sense. Their president is Blair, and the vice president is Alexander, and you can reach out to either of them on their email addresses to know more about the club and in order to register yourselves and to become a part of this club. They also have a Discord server called as Fanshawe Game Development Club. So you can also visit their Discord server to see and experience a little bit about the club, and that they use that medium to connect with each other and to connect with all the club members in general. Blair today or Alexander today with us in this meeting? No, I don't think so. But in case you're really interested in this club and you want to join it, if making video games is something that you're really excited or eager about, you should definitely go ahead and reach out to the club president or the vice president to join this club. Next, we have Spectrum Fanshawe, and we have the president with us today. That's Nicholas. So I would probably just give the stage to Nicholas, and he can take it forward and introduce the club and talk a little bit more about the activities and all the events that they have.
Hello.
Hi, Nicholas. How are you?
Hi. I'm doing good. Thank you so much for letting me be able to do this. I'm very glad to be able to do Spectrum Fanshawe again this year, and we're definitely looking for new members to join as well. We have great events coming up this year, and we're a great space for people that need a safe space. We're always positive when we always have talks. And if you need any support as well, we have great resources as well. I have a great resource here in a couple seconds. Let me just pull it up here. So I've partnered up with like the regional HIV/AIDS clinic downtown, and they just want to say something upon our club as well. That Spectrum Fanshawe is happy to have a working relationship with the regional HIV/AIDS connection, a local non-for-profit organization that provides harm reduction and sexual health services to London and surrounding regions. Our friends Greg and Will are available to reach out to services like HIV testing, sexual health education, mental health supports, and other services for the 2S LGBTQ plus individuals. For more info to be connected to the services, either reach out to us, visit us at HIVAIDSconnection.ca or at HIV/AIDS Connection on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you so much for the time to be able to talk about the club, and I'm hoping to get some more members during the time of the year.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nick. Spectrum is actually a club that's been a part with FSU, I think, since quite some time now. So I remember when I started at Fanshawe back in September 2020, it was one of the clubs that I was really interested in because I wanted to know more about the LGBTQ community. There's so much to learn every day. And I remember how I actually got involved with the club as well. Just that because of the time differences, it was never really possible for me to attend the meetings.
Right.
But that being said, Spectrum does an amazing set of things. They have so much going on throughout the year. Nick, if you don't mind, can you also talk a little bit about all the events that have happened previously, any successful events and any events that you're planning for this term?
Yeah, definitely. So some of like the events that we've done previously is we've gotten together and shared stories about our past and the LGBTQ plus community. We've had like game nights where we would chat and just have a great time. Definitely during like Pride Month, we would have certain events going on during that time as well. I'm hoping this year they'll be more open and we can do outside stuff. And we can definitely do in-person meetings now, which is amazing. We can do this year. So definitely very excited to bring back on campus and everything. Um, but yeah, definitely. And if you have any suggestions, like please feel free to message me on the email down below there and get in contact for sure. We can definitely work something out.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nick, for being here with us today and letting
Yeah.
everyone know a little bit more about Spectrum. It's so glad we're glad to have you as a club and you rejoining us for this term as well. So next we have Fanshawe Parks Club. We have the club president with us today. That's Aditya. So Aditya, I give you the floor and you're all set to go and talk a little bit more about your club.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. And first of all, thank you to Fanshawe Student Union for giving us this opportunity. And as you all can see on the screen, we inspire students to explore Ontario's natural environments while connecting with like-minded students. And we invite students who are nature enthusiasts and help them know more about the local parts of Canada and mainly Ontario. So this is a good opportunity if you are really into exploring outdoors. So you can reach out to us on Fanshawe Parks Club at gmail.com, and we have our social medias as well. So you can keep following the social medias, and we do update them often, and you can get more data more about the club on our pages and on FSU website as well. So we are having collaboration with Parks Canada, and we have we do communicate volunteering opportunities and job opportunities as well. So you can have good opportunity of volunteering in Parks Canada or various local organizations like uh, Reforestation London. So we have some events with them as well, like tree plantation. And our main events are hiking, geocaching, and uh, many more, which includes outdoor activities, and you would love it. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us, and hope you have a good, successful year ahead. Cheers, guys.
Thank you so much, Aditya, for letting us know a little bit more about the club. Can you also talk a little bit about what are you planning for this term? Because I know it must have been a difficult year last time because everything was online. We were just having clubs in a virtual format, but now there are still some scope for a little bit of blended in-person events. So could you talk a little bit more about what are you planning for this term, and also talk a little bit about your collaboration with Enviro Fanshawe on one of the events that you're probably going to have really soon?
Yeah, so for like end of this month, we are planning to have two events, of one of which is bike to campus. So we are having collaboration with Enviro Fanshawe. I guess Becca is here as well, so she would talk more about it. But basically, we are encouraging students to uh, come to college via bike and create awareness of biking in London. So that's one of the event, and second one is global. We have collaborated with Global Bird Rescue Organization. So they are doing surveys on various parts of London to see where if there is any bird collision due to uh, buildings having more classes. So we are collaborating with them as well. So we would be having that event from 27th of September to 3rd October, but it's still in the process. We are working with FSU to get it approved, and we would be communicating soon that with everyone. And yeah, so apart from that, we are thinking of having uh, events like hiking later this semester and many more outdoor activities. So
Awesome. Thank you so much, Aditya, for sharing. I think you got stuck. I think so. I'm not very sure if it's just my computer or it's the same for everyone. But so glad to have you over here. Yeah. Now you're back.
Oh, so I don't know where did I stop. So
Yeah, that's okay. We got
yeah,
so yeah, we got all the information. So not an issue at all. Thank you
all
so
right.
much for
That's
sharing.
it. Yeah, no
I
problem.
wanted to know, can I come for these hiking events as well?
Sure, sure. Firstly, you need to approve them all.
Awesome. Glad that you I have a bunch of things planned. Guys, if you are someone who loves going out in the nature and want to just explore the city of London with a few set of like-minded people like yourself, feel free to get in touch with either Aditya or Meenati, and you can be a part of this club. Thank you so much, Aditya, once again.
No problem. Thank you.
We next have Enviro Fanshawe with us. Enviro Fanshawe as well has been a club that's been a repetitive club. It's been coming to us every now and then, and we're so glad to have them. And I think I have Becca today.
Hello.
And hi, Becca, how are you?
I'm good. Carry on.
All good. And no, I just wanted to let everyone know how Enviro Fanshawe was the club that won the Club of the Year last year. Woohoo!
Yeah.
So, you have the winner club over here, guys. So, go ahead, Becca. The floor is yours now.
Okay, well, that's not really a fair promotion. We didn't have a lot of competition, let's be real. COVID just sort of really screwed over the clubs. By the way, Aditya, if you want to get back to the coordinator of sustainability, they'd love to hear from you about that biking event because they thought you weren't interested anymore. But we were coordinating to try and get everyone to ride their bike to campus next Wednesday, basically, as one of the events, basically to promote, reducing your ecological footprint. There we go, got the word out. And you have an opportunity to get some snacks. Check out the new depaved project garden that the Environmental Network got going on Fanshawe campus. It's really cool. It's this like, they lifted up the cement and now they're putting down a different type of material that is still accessible for anyone with wheelchairs, but it allows water to go through it instead of blocking it the way pavement does. So it's a pretty cool project. And they'll also have some, like I said, free snacks, free water, and some free bike lights. So for anyone who's a biker, by all means, hopefully it doesn't rain that day. So in terms of Enviro Fanshawe, we are just, environmentally conscious students who like to harass people during Fanshawe events about composting. That's a truth. But we're also just really passionate about sharing what we believe in and the fact that the environment is important. And so for anyone who's interested in volunteering, we do go to in-person events when they are hosted with food, specifically to push the FSU to compost more. And to try and get them to sort the recycling properly. They know my name quite well amongst the FSU staff because of how much I can be a bit of a headache about it, but it makes a difference. So anyway, if you're interested in that, definitely email us. We're always interested in having new students at any point during the year. We started in this winter of 2018, and we've carried on every year since. We haven't found anyone who's able to host us during the summer since the first year, because you have to be an active summer student in order to be the president. And so I'm not a summer student, so that's usually when the club shuts down. But if anyone's interested in looking for some volunteer opportunities and some leadership in general, we are actually looking for a new president for next winter and fall, just to take over the club from me because I'm going to King's. And if you'll be a summer student, we would love to have you because that would give us a chance to actually do like some environmental stuff, like the garden, for example, which we did in the first year. But as I mentioned, we haven't been able to do since because we haven't had anyone to be president over the summer. So for this semester in particular, we have 5 main events going on. The one that's going on throughout the entire semester. If anyone's ever heard of the trash tag, it's a trash tag challenge that's been going on Facebook and Reddit and Instagram. And it's just like, take a picture of an area before that's a mess, and then after you've cleaned it up with just yourself or some friends or whatever, and the garbage bags that you ended up gathering. And people will just put trash tag challenge on their photos to encourage others to do it. we want to try and encourage people to do it with a little bit of prize at the end. So if you participate in that challenge this semester and tag us as well, we will enter you into a draw for a prize bag at the end of the semester. We are also having a recycled art contest. It's going to be online to be accessible because of the pandemic still carrying on. You just send us a photo of the little piece of artwork that you made out of recycled materials, and then we're going to have a week-long contest where we will post the photos and have people vote on them. So the students will actually decide who the winner is for that one. We're also having, sorry, I just had a brain fart, but I had the Instagram up to remind myself. What else? What other events do we have going? Oh no, my phone shut down. Sorry, bear with me. Oh yeah, we also have a scavenger hunt that we're going to be doing in November. So the idea behind that is we're going to have 5 locations on campus and 5 locations off campus that you have to find and take a selfie beside. And the more you find, the more points you get. Whoever gets the most points wins. And then if we have multiple people who got like all 10 locations, then you'll be put into a draw instead. But we honestly don't get that many participants, so we're expecting just one winner, just as a little encourager to participate. We have a hydroponics garden workshop that we always do. It's completely free. All you have to do is come pick up the kit. I can arrange to either have it picked up on campus if you contact us early enough, or you had just come to my apartment downtown and I meet you out front. And then you take your kit home, and Ernie, the vice president of our club, will do a little tutorial on Zoom with you and teach you how to use your kit. And then you can grow your own lettuce right at home, just like with a window. It's very, very simple and straightforward. Highly recommend for anyone who's interested in checking out how to grow their own vegetables. We are, just as one last event, I know I'm talking a lot, sorry. The last event that we're doing is 2 times this semester. We're going to be doing, a trivia week, because we noticed that during the COVID times, we had a hard time engaging with people. Oh, be quiet. And so we came up with an online trivia week during or over Instagram, and people really seemed to enjoy it. We got a lot of engagement with it, and the winners always got a prize bag as well of Reimagine products. So lots of contests, lots of opportunities to volunteer. All of it's online because of the pandemic, so we're trying to make it accessible. But it also involves getting out there and checking out, the campus and the city. So we'd love to have you join the club and enjoy the events, because the more participants, the better. And it kind of sucks to host an event when no one comes. I gotta say. So thank you so much for listening, and we hope to have your email soon.
Thank you so much, Becca. It covered everything. I did not ask you any questions. You're all good to go. You're a pro at this now. Thank you so much, guys. If you're interested in all the things that Becca just mentioned right now, or even if you're just interested in attending one event, just go ahead and register yourselves at Enviro Fanshawe. Next, we have Power to Change. So Power to Change is a club that is supposed to help out students to know more about Jesus and experience his power to change. They offer a lot of support to students who need connection and a space for spiritual conversations. Power to Change is also a returning club. And in case this is something that interests you, please feel free to reach out to the president or the vice president. That's Heather and Melissa. And you can also follow them on their social media platform. That's Instagram. I'm not sure if they're today here with us in the club today. I don't think so. But in case you have any questions or any queries, you can just reach out to them over email, and they would be happy to tell you a little bit more about the club, about all the activities that they're doing, and just for you, or just on the further steps on how to join and how to start attending the meeting. And next, Karen, would you like to introduce this club?
Yes, just before going into the club, thank you, Becca and Aditya, for sharing that amazing information about parks and environment. We know that we are in this situation also with COVID because, different things happen to the world. But I'd like to mention that anyone that would like to join them in the bicycle day, we have the bicycles here at the FSU that you can rent. We said rent, but it's for free. You can rent them for 3 days. So if you need more information about it, please visit our website and you can have your bicycle for 3 days and join this amazing event that they will have. In regards to the club, Media London Club group, they are a group that joined together to provide a sense of community to all students. They are focusing right now on international, but that doesn't mean that domestic students can join. This is for everyone, and it's to make them feel at home, you know, to support them and help them to develop professional skills, personal skills, because when you are moving to a different country or even to a different city, you feel this need to make connections. So the Media London group is a club that has been created for that, to make connections with others and meet new people and have friends. So I invite everyone who would like to participate in this club to reach out to Rohit or Thiran. I think we don't have them here today. However,
Oh no, Karen,
we
we do
have,
have them. Yeah.
oh, we have
Yeah.
them. Okay, I'm so sorry. We have Rohit here, right? I think.
I think so.
Yeah. Hi.
Oh, thank you.
Good afternoon, all. Yeah.
Hi, please go
So,
ahead.
yeah, so I was just listening. Yeah, it was like a good introduction. Thank you for that. So we are the club who provides all the the international students who are coming from all the different cultures, different countries. So they should feel like a home, because obviously they are going to stay here for as long as the 5 years what they have to study and the work permit. Obviously the next thing they are going to do is going to settle or whatever, like what they would like. But as we are going to do is we are going to conduct all the professional, like to motivate them and make them feel like home, and we have the leaders who can provide the guidance to the students to become successful in the professional, as well as it's it's the kind of fun and motivational activities we are going to conduct for them, which would become the routine for them, so they don't feel like any stress or anything which should not be in their life. So the activities which we gonna provide is like which we going to conduct is like yoga, then drama, then script writing. The main our focus is on resume building seminars, because nowadays the people are after graduating, they're hard to find a job. They don't know where to go, because in 2 years it's not possible them to be in that field. They should get any a professional touch, right? So also we are going to provide the soft skill development guidance, and that's all. Yeah, that's all we have in our mind.
Thank you. That's awesome. As you mentioned, as international students, we are looking to make connections not only while we are studying, but also after we finish our program. So it's a great opportunity for everyone who would like to participate, like starting now or keep participating in the future, not only to get that information from themselves, but also to collaborate with this club to provide those services to future students. So thank you for that. And if you need more information, we have the emails right there for you to reach out with any questions that you may have.
Thank you so much, Karen, and thank you, Rohit, for that quick introduction about the club. We're so glad that we have so many interesting clubs for this year. But then it might so happen that you probably didn't find anything that interests you. And we have a solution to that as well. We won't let you go all sad and gloomy from here, like Pikachu over here. So, the best part about FSU is that you also get an option about starting your own club. So, in case you went across all these clubs and you believe that there's nothing that interests you, but you're interested in, let's say, starting a dance club or a photography club or any other club for that matter, it's a very easy process to do that. All you need to do is you need to visit our website, that's fsu.ca/clubs, and you'd find a bunch of information over there regarding how do you create a club, and what are the processes that needs to be done. Initially, you just need to submit your own club charter. For you to be eligible to submit a club charter and for your club to be eligible to be a club, you need a minimum of 5 full-time students. After that, we usually approve the club charter in our executive committee meetings. We have our executive committee meetings on a bi-weekly basis. So the executive team at that point of time discusses a little bit more about the club and decides if they want to um, approve the club or not based on our eligibility criteria and other things that are to be considered. After that, we inform you via email if your club has been approved or not, and then we start with the final ratification process. The first part of it is for you to complete a club's training. Once the club training is done, you'd be asked to sign a club's policy at the end of it, and then you're all good to go. You're fully ratified, and your details about the club would be added on our FSU website so that any student who's looking to join a club can look at your club details and get more information about you also, that they could reach out to you and join the club. And that's not all. When you are a club president or vice president, you get co-curricular record hours for it. CCR is an institutionally recognized document that showcases or highlights your involvement at college apart from academics. So it shows that you've been actively involved in college um, in terms of various events or various other volunteer positions that are happening. So the club president and vice president positions are eligible for that. And not only that, when you have a minimum of 10 full-time students, your club is also eligible for funding of around $500, which is so cool, right? Which means you could have so many different events, you can have good events, you can collaborate with so many people on various occasions, and you can meet so many new people and make so many new friends, right? So that's all about it. Making a new club or creating your own club is a fairly easy process. It's nothing very complicated. And if you're interested and if you'd like to know more about it, you can visit our website, that's fsu.ca/clubs, or you can send out an email to us on FSU Clubs @fanshawe.ca. And then lastly, we also want to let you know how you could get connected with all of us on our social media platforms. FSU is fairly active on the website as well as the social media platforms. So you can either follow one of us, you can either follow us on one of these social media platforms. We also started a TikTok page recently. So if you want to see Karen dancing some way and probably doing some weird things, you could probably follow us on TikTok as well, and you'd get to know everything about our events, about any kind of activities that we are having, or in fact about anything that the clubs are doing, so that you can get more involved with us. And that's pretty much it on our end. We've talked a lot, but in case you have any questions or any queries, feel free to ask them right now. The floor is open for you to ask any questions as of now. Are there any questions in the chat box? I see one which is asked by Rachit. He asks how, if you want to organize a general quiz, do we need a club association? Rachit, if you don't mind, can you elaborate a little bit more on this question so that I could provide you with the correct information? I don't know if you
Hi,
have it.
Tanushri.
Hi, Rachit, how are you?
I'm doing good. So my question was basically like organizing, say, a few uh, quizzes and all, which I can do maybe in collaboration with some other people. So quizzes will may have like some general quizzes or some specific topics, say organizing a Bollywood quiz, or say organizing a corporate quiz, or organizing some general sciences quiz based upon like whatever the crowd is excited to or maybe want to. So I just wanted to know like, so I was trying to go to like the clubs and different things in the FSU side, but there was some option of like organizing something in I think one of the page, but that mentioned like I do need some maybe the club to start or something like that. So I was little confused in between like how to make these things happen, and how to get it started on that. Am I clear with my question or not?
Yeah, you are, Rachit. So, thank you for bringing that up. That's a really good question. Usually because you just want to conduct certain quizzes, I would suggest having just a club to conduct quizzes would, because quiz in itself could be like an event, right? Or like a way for you to engage with people in the at Fanshawe. So having just a club that organizes quizzes, I'm not very sure if you are planning to do other events as well. Sure, this could be considered as one of the events that you do, but I am a little doubtful if you could just base a club out of the fact that you'd just be organizing quizzes. So what you could do is rather, if it is something that interests you, or if you found a club that's really interesting over here today in our presentation, you could probably join one of these clubs and then have certain quizzes or certain trivia weeks that you could decide internally with regards to the theme that the club follows. Or apart from that, if it is something that you just want to do for fun with your classmates or with your friends for that matter, you could probably ask one if you have a class rep in your particular section, you could probably ask your class reps to host such events just for you guys to get to know each other and for your classmates to sort of break that ice and um, to form those connections and build those connections. So you could either do that, and if you don't have any class rep by any chance, you could probably just register yourself as a class rep and put this as one of your events or one of your activities. So I hope that answers your question. Karen, would you like to add something to
Yeah,
this?
that does.
Yes, I just it just came to my mind that if you remind, we have Smiler Abide as the student life coordinator. He is the person in charge of bring all these amazing ideas that the student have about events. So you can send an email to Smile asking him some support to create this. Maybe it will be a one-time event or something that you want to do, not with a club, but something that interested more people, and you can reach out to him, propose the idea, and work together to create this event for students. So that's other thing that we do here. Smile is really good at creating events. So reach out to him and discuss the idea that you have.
Thank you so much, Karen. That does help.
Karen,
Rachit, I
would you
hope.
mind sharing email ID in the chat?
Yeah, for sure. We'll put out email IDs of everyone so that you can reach out to us. Uh, I'll put in my email ID along with the club's email ID so that you can reach out to us as well. And then, Karen, if you don't mind, if you could share your email ID as well as Smiles and Ricardo, so I think that would be great. I see another question which talks about, are there any other sports club we can open or can we start one at all? So, regarding your question, um, with sports, it's a little tricky because we already have a varsity team in place. So we usually clubs that are focused around sports, they have a different criteria for eligibility. So supposingly, if you want to create a club wherein you plan on sitting together and watching football games together, or I don't know, any other game together as such, or stream them online, that's completely okay. You can do that. That club could be approved. But in order for us to not conflict on different things, because we have a varsity team in place, we have tryouts, and then there's a team that's selected. In order to not contradict with that, we do not usually encourage clubs um, that want to get together and actually play some sport, because for that there is varsity that's out there. And the best part is that the athletics department, they also have certain days wherein which are just open to all kind of sessions. So there are specific timings for that, and there are specific sports that anyone can go at that point of time and play with other peeps out there. So if in case you're interested in starting a sports club, if it's a club that's related to streaming or talking or discussing about sports, that's completely okay. But actually getting together and playing that sport sort of gets contradicted with the varsity team that we have out here, and that's why those clubs are a little difficult to get approved. Uh, but apart from that, you can start one that talks a little bit about um, that gives you an opportunity to discuss about any kind of sports or gives out any other kind of information. I hope that clarifies your question. And in case you're still interested in playing some sports, you could just go to the website, athletics website, and they have, and Karen just shared the link for that. Thank you so much, Karen. So they usually have their timings written on it. So you could go for those open sessions, which just invite any student to be out there and play sports together. Anything else? Anyone has any other questions? Feel free to unmute yourselves or probably drop in your question in the chat box. Okay, I don't think there are any more questions. In case you do have any other queries, please feel free to reach out to. Oh, okay. How about editing groups? I don't know if I'm pronouncing this name correctly or not, but Shaila, do you mind if you could talk, if you could elaborate a little bit more?
Hi,
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good, all good.
Okay, so I have this community that I like play my game on, and we all like to like edit photos and stuff. So would that be like a
Yes, yes, for sure. In fact, that you can definitely create a club that is into photography or wants to click pictures or likes clicking pictures and editing them. There's absolutely no issues with that. You'll probably just have to fill in the club charter and then we could probably bring it up in our next executive committee meeting and look for the approval. But sure, you can do that. If you want any other information on that, please feel free to reach out to me on my email address and I'll be happy to guide you through the process.
thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Any other question, anyone? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I see uh, Abu Bakr Ibrahim. If I'm not wrong, I'm so sorry. I'm pronouncing this name incorrectly. I know
No
that.
problem, Tanisha. How you doing?
I'm all good. How are you?
Yeah. Is there a limit to number of clubs that you can join?
Um, yes, you would probably require to join only one club. But you know what? I could probably look into this small detail for you and then inform you via email. I've jotted down that question and I could reach out to you. I know you are a class rep too, so I have your email address in my log as such. So I could probably reach back to you and I could let you know. As far as I know, you could only be part of one club. But in case there has been any change in the rules and if you are interested in being part of multiple clubs, you could probably do that too. But I'll get back
Okay,
to you on it. Yeah.
thank you. About the directors, I read about it on the fsu.ca/directors. They
Mm-hmm.
say you need a minimum of 2.5 GPA.
Mm-hmm.
So we cannot apply for the directorship.
Yeah, you'll have to specify. You'll have to be eligible for the criteria that have been mentioned.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Anyone else? Anyone else has any other questions? Oh, Nicholas, you can just send us out an email and then we could look into it because right now, booking a room for every room or every space, we have certain capacity limits. So you could just let us know the event and how many people are you expecting to have there in the event, and then accordingly we could look into which kind of space options are available and how we could book that space for you. Perfect. Any other questions? Okay, no, I think so. We are done over here. So, thank you once again, everyone, for joining us. We're so glad to have you all, and we hope that you uh, like knowing more about the FSU clubs and are probably interested in starting your own in case you didn't find anything of your interest. And we hope to see you all really, really soon in other events and other initiatives that we are having. Thank you once again to all the club presidents and VPs. I know it's a busy schedule for you all, so thank you so much. I really appreciate you all taking out the time to attend the session today and to let everyone know a little bit more about your clubs and all the wonderful things that you're doing for this term. Thank you once again, everyone. Have a good day. Bye bye.